Hey guys, Ryan here for Bender Wins. Hope everyone's doing well today. Here with your daily free picks. All right, guys. So this is gonna be a fun video, isn't it? All right. So first off, yesterday, guys, you're not aware. I sent out via email my full card to everyone that signed up for the free picks list, and it just so happened that we had our worst day of the year by far. As a matter of fact, well. We had one bad day in January as well, but I think this one was worse. It's actually the worst day since 2016. It has been 1,897 days, or 96 or 98. I didn't factor in leap years, but it's been about 1,900 days, give or take, since I had a worse day than this. So, what great timing, right? The day we give out to free picks. But first off, guys, my apologies, okay? I mean, I'm sorry. Obviously, I was never in a million years expecting a day like that. Especially, I mean, look, we're coming off a great month in June, and July so far not been our friend. Masterclass over the last 30 days, even with yesterday, we're still up units. That's how good June was. Yesterday, definitely a step in the wrong direction. I just want to clear up a couple things. Okay. So again, I feel like there's this matrix out there that I'm being compared to certain other cappers, and it's kind of unfair in a sense because the other cappers that these people kind of compare me to are scam artists. So, I mean, literally that would be like taking Barry Bonds and saying Barry Bonds is not a great home run hitter because Superman just hit 500 home runs straight. So Barry Bonds is not a good home run hitter. So, you take guys like Vegas Dave, for example, and Vegas Dave has never acknowledged a loss, not a single loss on Instagram. Now, for Vegas Dave, in order for him to consider it a loss, it's not losing one game. It's actually losing 3 or 4 games, losing an entire series. But even when he does that and presses and presses and presses and bets nothing but favorites, he still doesn't acknowledge it. So, it's hard to compare me to people. But again, yesterday, I had some people saying no pro ever would ever go, 0-6, 0-7, 0-8. It would never happen in a million years. It does. I'm telling you, it's a mathematical certainty. Billy Walters, many days where he put up offers, okay? And he had some pretty fantastic days in between. But he definitely had 0 for days because it's a mathematical certainty, guys. Let's just take a real quick look at the math and the numbers, guys, that when you're betting and you're trying to win 54 to 56%, okay, and Billy Walters was able to obtain a godlike figure of 57%. But even at that range, guys, you're a few percent better than a coin flip, okay? So a coin flip obviously being a 50-50 proposition bet. We're hoping to get 54, 56%. And I mean, if we can pick up the odd month a little bit higher, that's great. I mean, June was that month. We were much higher. But saying that you'll never go, no pro's ever going to go for 6 or 0 for 7, 0 for 8, that'd literally be like saying that if you were to flip a coin 10,000 times or 100,000 times, that is never going to come up heads 7 times in a row through that entire experience. Okay. So, if we compare an 0 and 7, and you could say, okay, fine, it'll never come up heads 8 times in a row. That would be actually probably an equivalent, factoring in that additional 5 or 6% edge that we have. It will happen. It is almost a mathematical certainty it will happen, especially as you increase your sample size. So sports betting, guys, the myths and the fallacies that exist in sports betting, it's tough. And so many messages, and I want to respond back to every message and just be like, this is how it is. But then, you know what? I just come across as a dick, right? I'm saying, okay, you know what? I gave you these picks. They lost. You're upset. You're saying no pro ever goes 0-7 or 0-8. Never happened. And I want to type back and be like, actually, you're incorrect, blah, 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 blah. Here are the statistics. I mean, it's pretty easy to figure out the numbers. It's very, very simple math. When you take an edge, you can figure it out at 54, 55, 56. You can figure out 90% what your chances are. It's probability. Probability math is it is basic math anyways. Yeah, it's like probably late high school, first year university math. Anyways, that's a reality situation, but it doesn't serve me any purpose responding back to those messages. So, I tried to keep everything as positive as I could yesterday. Some people wouldn't allow. I had one person come on and he was like spouting off. He's like, a Masterclass member. I said, sayonara, dude. Take care. Have a good one. He's gone. About how he's lost 45 units. He lost 45 units in the last 30 days. I said, please, you need to get in touch with me and show me how you managed to do that, because we are up units in the last 30 days. So again, just like, then the comment comes down and like, it was a total lie, right? It's just people get so disgruntled about it. That's how they deal with it. So anyways, I tried to keep everything positive yesterday. Again, guys, for what it's worth, my apologies. It couldn't have been worse timing. Literally could not have been worse timing. But it is what it is. So move on to today's picks, guys. I had a 2-unit play I was going to give to you guys, and I've actually had to refilm this video again because I finished the video. As I finished the video, a little bit concerning. I'll walk you through what happened. Okay, so look, I had the Phillies today, okay? Sharps are all over the Phillies today, like early on, just hammering it. So this line gets bet way down. They're playing Boston, get bet way down. 5 steam and reverse line moves on the Phillies. Nothing on Boston. And Boston's not even getting public money at this point. It's just Philly's just getting hammered. 31% of bets, 48% of the money on Philadelphia. Multiple system plays. And right before I did the video, I gave it as a 2-unit play. I love Philly. And then I see a steam bet from 5-dime come in at Boston, and that's so out of character. It's so out of character to see, the 5-dime going to be that one book that goes the other way. And yeah, the line moved, but the value is still on Philly. So I don't get it. I'm like perplexed by this. About 6 minutes later, they announced Nola's out. Okay, so again, I don't want to be Bender wins the conspiracy theory guy, but it's just like, I'm happy I didn't get that video out, right? I mean, God forbid. I'm not even touching Philly now. I went from a 2-unit play to I'm not betting Philly. I'm not betting with Nola not pitching. It was great value, but again, we see great value. And the Sharps just hammer it. And then, again, a pitcher I've been doing this for 16 years professionally, many years before that. And I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this. Never. Yes, pitchers get removed all the time, but not like this. It's like these specific games. And I just had this feeling today. I don't know. I just had this feeling like, something's going to happen in this game. There's like, I don't know. Sure enough. Anyways, I had that as a 2-unit play. I was going to give it away. I was given 3 picks today. So I'm down to 2 picks and free picks. But I'll give you those now. So I have 2 picks and free picks, guys. Masterclass, I have 4 additional baseball plays. Had to scrap another one that I had, but more on the side of caution. I thought it was value. The value was a little bit on the thinner side, and then some steam came in the other way, so I decided to scrap it. So now 4 plays in Masterclass, plus an additional 2 player props in the NBA. All right, so starting off, guys, we're going to take the Cleveland Indians minus 149. Cleveland Indians minus 149. There's steam, 2 system indicators on Cleveland. Decent draw in terms of umpire, guys. Home team wins 61.5% of the time. However, that number there is not something that you want to just you don't want to base your capping on per se. That's like a bonus that you would add on at the end. It could make a difference in terms of, if you're on the fence about something, just that little bit of additional value, but it's not something that, saying, oh, well, good, the umpire, the home team wins, yada, yada, yada. That's not something you do. I mean, that's something you would touch on in the Phillies game, which again, I wouldn't take Boston necessarily in that. I wouldn't take Boston period in this game, but I mean, I understand why the steam comes in. The steam comes in as an action bet right before Nola goes out. So obviously someone knew something before, information. They knew he was coming out. They bet the steam, and now they got a great price. But I don't think Boston's the side. I'm still not betting this game. But again, Jensen Visconti in that game, he's like the worst home umpire. As a home team, you don't want him. Only 38% of home teams win when he's an umpire. So another reason why, Philly wasn't a bad play, but I can't touch him now. I can't get there anymore. So anyways, Cleveland minus 149. Next play, guys, New York Yankees and Houston. New York Yankees and Houston. We're going over 8.5 minus 114. So Yankees and Houston over 8.5 minus 114. I do have another play on that game in Masterclass as well. I'm probably going to recommend a little baby parlay on it. Certainly not a full, let's sprinkle, a little sprinkle. Yeah. So Yankees and Houston over 8.5 minus 114. Yeah. Hopefully those games go off without a hitch. Anyways, guys, chin up, onward and upward. It's all you can do. If you dwell in the past, it's certainly not going to be productive. It was obviously first thing on my mind when I woke up today that I have to go through early this morning. I woke up early. I couldn't sleep. I had to go through every one of these games. Like, what a nightmare. It was not a fun morning. I go through every one of these games and there's certain just reminders. Even Boston Philly looked like it's good. 8-run 8th inning. It's okay, well, see you later to that. Yeah, I mean, Texas, I don't know. San Diego game, San Diego, I said, hey, all of these things have to go wrong to lose this game. Well, there they were, right? So anyways, painful morning, guys, but there's no sense dwelling on it. Once it's done and go through these games, you got to put it behind you and move on, or don't. I mean, I don't know. You can dwell in the past and chase and blow your bankroll up completely, and that's always an option as well. I prefer not to do that, so I put it behind me. All right, guys. Thank you very much, guys. Hope we have a better day today. So as always, guys, have a very lucky day.